It's a location for all our ambulances, and our fire engines can come in here as well, law enforcement vehicles, and it's to become disinfected after they've transported anybody.
Today we have Clean Harbors is our private contractor that we contracted with, performing disinfecting of all public safety and first responder vehicles. You can see here we're disinfecting a battalion chief's pickup. Clean Harbors crew is using a stearamine tablet. It's a food grade disinfectant. So they use a cold fog process, spray down the inside the cab, any equipment used on a call, and then let it sit for 3 minutes, and then they go back inside the process with a towel, drying everything down. Once the crew is done disinfecting the inside of an ambulance or a cop car, or in this case a battalion chief pickup, they would go through a two-pool decon portion themselves. One crew member will spray down the other crew member with the bleach solution and then water, and scrub each other down so that they're disinfected, and then they will remove their PPE and proceed on to the next portion of the site, which is the UV section.
Back of the ambulance and the front of the ambulance are exposed to UV to help further kill the virus. That UV is on for 15 minutes. And the whole purpose is to guarantee that not only our first responders are safe because they work through their day, but we don't transfer any virus from one patient to the next. So when our public call 911, they can be confident that the ambulance that's transporting them is a safe environment. It's open to all ambulances, fire engines, law enforcement vehicles that they've transported somebody. The fire engines are getting the cabs disinfected because the employees become exposed to people during a call, get into the cab, or maybe they were exposed at home and they are asymptomatic at this time, but still could be transferring the virus. So we're making sure the cabs and the engines are disinfected as well. We started this when we heard how much work the guys were having to do after each transport. So after they go out on a call and then they have to come back and disinfect the ambulance, and that was actually becoming more of a burden than putting on their PPE for a call. So that's when we came up with the idea, and we've been running with this for about 2.5 weeks now. Currently all the PPE or the personal protective equipment our firefighters and paramedics are wearing is disposable. So after they are on a COVID-related call, they will actually dispose of the equipment. But we are concerned with what we call a burn rate. That is using the disposable PPE faster than the supply chain can keep it. So we've also set up backup measures that we have durable PPE, that if we run out of the disposable PPE, they're going to wear durable PPE, and then it will get disinfected between each call. Yes, sir. You know, all the firefighters, paramedics, everybody's a family person, right? And they have to go home, and they want to be confident that whatever they come in contact to or with at work isn't being brought home. But we also need to be careful that what they may have come into contact at home isn't brought to the workplace. So we've actually set up portals of entry to every one of our fire stations. They have to have a pre-screening. They have to go through a list of symptoms and say, no, I have not had any of those symptoms. They get their temperatures checked, and the clothing that they wore at home does not go inside the fire station. They have clean sets of clothing at the fire station, and then the uniforms they wear during the call is kept in the apparatus bay, stays in the apparatus bay, doesn't go inside the fire station.